WM drain is used for surveying of terraces, waterways, and surface ditches, and it can be used to maintain these and get proper grades within each one of them. Today we're going to look at three different aspects of WM drain and how it's used. The first section is survey, which corresponds to the tab up in the right hand corner here. Then there is also design and install, which will be covered later. Whenever all of the proper measurements and calibrations are put into the WM drain setup, and everything is calibrated with the base on and everything, assure that you have proper signal for GPS, which in this case is just a dust model, but that is the way it would look with a gray signal there, assuring that we would be getting GPS signal. You must have that fixed before you can begin logging. On the survey screen, you must have the tab to the right with the tile plow push to get this particular scenario, either on the TMX or the FMX. Surveying is basically taking a reading every so many feet along a line that measures the altitude at that particular spot very accurately. So what you're going to do first is find a known spot in the field that you can put a disc blade or something down that's going to remain there, that while you're working this particular item you can always go back to. And so with that blade down on that particular disc blade, your implement down on the disc blade, you would then push benchmark, and the benchmark would do a 30-second timer and would actually record that altitude of that spot over a 30-second period to be able to get a very accurate reading of the altitude at that. When that is complete, it would come up and say benchmark is complete. And you can see here we have different benchmarks, and you can put several different benches, but you have to have a master benchmark before you can record any section line to begin with. Once you have your benchmark completed, then you start at the beginning of where you want to cut either your terrace or your waterway or your drain line, and you survey only the area that you are wanting to cut. Beware of surveying too much. If you do survey too much, you may need to resurvey the item so that it's easier to design later. So with your implement in the up position, the blade in the up position on your implement, you would simply hit the record section. It will come up and tell you to raise the implement to its maximum height. That way it's in a known position, a known height for you to do a survey. Remember that a survey is done with the blade up and a benchmark is done with the blade down. This is very vital in taking an accurate survey. Once that is accomplished, you simply go on. This is because we don't have anything as far as GPS right at the moment. But you would drive the entire length of what you are going to cut. Whenever you come to the end of that, you would push recording again, and that would give you a recording of that particular section line. Those section lines will be automatically numbered sequentially, and you'll see that in the next part when we look at it on the design page. If at any time you have to stop along the recording of that design, you may pause that section line and restart it without shutting it off and having to redo it. So you can do that. You can drop a manual point if you happen to have a known center of a hole and you want to make sure that you want to measure that. You can add a manual data point. If for some reason that section line didn't turn out like you want, you recorded too much, you can also delete the section. But that would conclude recording of the section part of WM drain. The next will be the design page, which will be covered in the next video.